New year, new me? Cute. But how about new year, new money?
All right, party people. Oh, hang on. All right. Hey, what up, everybody? What up? I hope you guys are having a wonderful and amazing Tuesday. Okay. So, we are going to get back into some spooky video clips. And as always, if you guys are skeptics, that's fine. I'm a believer, okay? Um, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna have some fun. So get your snacks, get cozy, get comfy. Um, because it's about to be very interesting. Okay. Alrighty. So let's get into it, shall we?
What follows is an eerie recording captured by a night officer who was patrolling an old funeral parlor. He was in one of the back rooms when he noticed something unusual.
Raza, estoy acomodando estas tablitas aquí, pero ya tiene rato que se escucha algo allá al fondo. Ahí está un maniquí, solo son una lata, pero es un ruido muy extraño. Mira, mira, ¿así lo vieron? Ok. Mira, se asoma una sombra, pero se mete
see it.
Mira, mira. Ay, hijo de su puta madre.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Y es que ya tiene rato. Y es que ya tiene rato. Bueno, como sea, va a quedar. Y es que guachen aquí. No hay flash. No pasa nada. Mira, estas son las estatuas que te digo. Pero se asomaba de ahí. Mira, no hay nadie.
A weird shape was lurking at the edge of his vision. That was more than creepy. Behind the shelves at the back of the storage area, something stood still just long enough to be spotted by the camera, then melted away until it disappeared entirely. Even more unsettling, the moment he moved closer, his camera frame began to glitch as though an unseen force was tearing at the video signal.
Se va a quedar. Y es que guachen aquí. No hay flash. No pasa nada. Mira, estas son las estatuas que te digo. Pero se asomaba de ahí. Mira, no hay nadie.
Didn't notice that. Literally.
It's often said that paranormal entities can mess with electronics.
Interesting. What do you guys think?
So the only logical thought is that some presence is watching this man, tied to the very funeral home where he works. Is this possible?
Definitely could be.
An officer in France was called to an old, supposedly empty building. Somebody in the area swore they had heard screams. He started by checking the main floor, but found nothing out of the ordinary. Then he headed down into the basement, and that's where things took a terrifying turn.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un encore qui habite ici? Waouh, l'état de la cave. C'est quoi ça?
In the short footage, you can just make out a towering figure with glowing eyes. It crouches low, as if ready to spring. And right at that moment, the video cuts out. We don't know what happened next, but some think this could be more than a trick of shadows. Could something otherworldly really have lured him into that house? Hard to say.
Okay, cause real quick, just to talk about it, cause it's just like cause it came at him and then the camera, cause that was body cam footage. It's still creepy.
This footage comes from an Indonesian wildlife ranger working a night shift to protect native animals and prevent unauthorized people from entering the protected area. After hearing what sounded like unusual screaming noises in the darkness, he decided to investigate the source more thoroughly to determine what was happening. Understandably, he felt somewhat apprehensive at first as he approached the strange sounds.
Seperti ada yang lewat-lewat, teman-teman. Seperti ada yang lari-lari. Seriusan dari belakang gini. Tapi begitu kita lihat ya ada sesuatu, teman-teman.
To his initial relief, the noises appeared to be coming from local wildlife that he could see looking back at him in his flashlight beam. This momentary comfort was short-lived, however.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
As the ranger moved his camera to scan the surrounding area, he captured something entirely unexpected and disturbing.
Yeah. Run. That's all I'm run the fuck the other way. That's a lot of eyes. This looks cozy. But yeah, no. No.
When the mysterious figure retreated into the dense undergrowth, the ranger made the bold decision to follow her despite his unease. According to his official report of the incident, the woman-like figure completely vanished into the darkness as he pursued her. The ranger remains uncertain about what exactly transpired that night, whether someone was deliberately playing an elaborate prank on him, or if he encountered something truly unexplainable. In his detailed account of the experience, he described the encounter as extremely terrifying. Our first clip was recorded by James Fitzpatrick 18, and you might know him from another video of his, which went viral last year. He documented supposedly paranormal forces at his workplace.
There's a poltergeist or something in here.
But today the inexplicable events take place at his own home.
Took a video of it. This weekend it was pointed out to me that in the background something peers out from our daughter's room. I guess is looking. My wife and I were the only ones in the house. At the time, our daughter was at my parents' house for the day.
So what was going on exactly today?
Oh, yeah, no. Nope.
Now, what exactly did the man capture in his child's bedroom? It certainly looks like a head which is peeking out, a head with long dark hair. Can we be sure? Of course not, but it's an eerie clip no matter what. This video was recorded by a user who states that one Friday night he saw something rather unusual appear in his doorbell camera. He was having a friend over and they both spent the last couple of hours playing video games. At some point, the young man received a motion alert from his camera, so he opened it on his computer and was quite freaked out to say the least. Let's see.
Yo, what is that?
Well, that's creepy as
You see that, Mom?
Yeah, I see it.
What the?
A creeper was standing in front of their house. It is unknown what that person wanted and how they got there. The two men were pretty uneasy, and the figure had disappeared seconds after this recording. Was it somebody playing a prank on them? Or was there something else going on? This clip, recorded by TikTok user Face the Light, features her and her sisters playing hide and seek. She documents this because apparently she was unable to find her sisters after starting the game, and an ominous text message told her that she's alone now and her sisters had left the house.
Okay, I'm like, stop! That's not funny, Mia!
And then she hears these noises.
Get out of here right now! Get in the kitchen! Mia, I'm done! I hate this. I hate it. Stop! There it is again. Let's go see if it's Mia or Let. Mia, I know that's you.
So her sisters are certainly pranking her.
Oh. Is that?
what the fuck?
I'm sorry.
What is this eerie face peeking out of this window? Her sister?
Guys, I don't think Mia and Lex are here anymore. I don't know what happened to them, if they left, but that was not them at the door. I don't know who it was, but all my doors are locked. I'm in the elevator right now. It locks if you don't press a
She keeps documenting these strange encounters, and it appears that paranormal forces seem to take over her place. This is the last thing she shared. The story ends here. If you want more, check out her profile. Alright, now we want to take a look at a video that was shared by The Dark Dimension, and he tells us about a really strange case of a child sighting or a ghost child sighting perhaps. Put our subtitles on and check that video out.
Lo que parecía ser un día de distracción y diversión para un grupo de amigos se convirtió en una experiencia paranormal.
Alright.
Un grupo de amigos deciden ir a vacacionar a un hotel de 5 estrellas. Al ingresar a la piscina y disfrutar de la noche, ellos se dan cuenta de algo extraño que parece mirarlos a lo lejos. Míralo.
So, basically a group of friends that were out on the pool at night. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So that's a group of friends that are just hanging out. And whoever, I think the camera might be stationary even. Look, there's like somebody walking.
Yeah.
This could be anything, no? Oh wow, that's what's happening? I mean, look at that. It's morphing. This is really weird. At first I thought maybe that's just a person. But, I mean, look. We really see it standing there and then it runs, it morphs. I mean, it's a hotel at night who says that it was not just a child. But the movement is a little bit odd, I find. And why is it completely black? Is it happening just because it's nighttime? But I mean, look how fast that thing is moving, and then it's, of course, standing to the left and swaying. It ducks down and is gone again. What do we say to that, guys? Is this of paranormal nature? I would say there might be something mysterious that is unfolding. It's just such unnatural movement. But we don't have proof, since there could be children around in a hotel at night. And why did they film themselves? Erika has forwarded the next video, and it was supposedly captured by two friends. One of the two men was just having a phone call with a family member, when the other one was recording the road in front of them. The reason for this is unknown, unfortunately. What's interesting, however, is the movement pattern of a person walking by.
Oh, what the fuck?
It would appear that the upper body is bouncing in a way that does not look very human. I mean, look at that head. What could have caused this phenomenon? It's really strange to say the least, whatever it is that we are seeing here. The two men thought the same. This clip was sent and recorded by Sal J, who told me that he was visiting an older mansion in Mexico City. Inside this mansion, he started to document the TV room that was set up there. It was after 7 p.m., so the sun had passed at that point. Yet there was still a little light remaining. As he is filming the TV in front of him, there is a strange shadow passing by quickly. I know we don't have many frames to work with here, and the quality is subpar to say the least. He does not believe this to be a human shadow, and I agree. It's too fast to be another person, at least in my opinion. But maybe it was something from the outside. On a couple of frames, we can see this shape passing by once more in front of a tree. I have featured this clip because it reminds me of the many recordings of Kent. And just because something is blurry doesn't mean it can't be real.
True. Very true.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
This video was recorded by a channel called Monsterfish 5000. He states that the clip was passed to him by an outside source, by a man who was out one night to smoke a cigarette. When he heard some pretty unusual noises stemming from the distance, Monsterfish also states, this real goblin-like humanoid creature was captured under a rural street lamp near Pitcher, Oklahoma. It is very similar, if not the same, as the creature I filmed near the river in Ripley, Oklahoma. We can see a figure in a dark robe with a pale face and pretty pointy ears. It looks at the camera only seconds before the man makes it out of there in fear. This, of course, could merely be a mask of some sorts. If not, he might really have captured a really strange creature that night. Interesting. This video was recorded by DK Karen, a young girl from Indonesia who loves traveling and exploring. Today she seemed to be traveling to an old house in the region, which is supposed to be haunted, and it acts as a form of museum of the occult. Apparently it was even used as a filming location for an Indonesian horror film in the past. Being interested in the mysterious side of things, Karen traveled to this house with two of her friends to record a little bit and to capture the spirit of this creepy location. Many people are sure that they captured something really scary this day, and while they were touring the upper floor, nobody else was in the house. They were absolutely certain about that. However, when filming the location from the outside, there seemed to be somebody on the upper floor, although nobody should have been in the building.
Perasaan ada foto si ibunya deh.
Ada.
Di dalam kan?
Di dalam ada.
Ada yang tahu rumah ini? Pengabdi setan. Nih pengabdinya.
Oh shit. Yeah. And then she backs up. I didn't see it at first.
Of course we don't know if that's true, but what makes this whole incident even more creepy is the way this person up there is staring at our camera woman. and then just floats back into the dark room. It is a pale figure, and I can't see it taking any steps. It's literally hovering back. The friends didn't notice anybody on the second floor at that time. It looks like it will always stay a mystery.
Yeah.
Y tú también.
The next video was sent in by Anton, and it shows a group of friends from Peru who were on an excursion to some abandoned areas out in the desert. After filming for a short while, they noticed that there was an opening that appeared to belong to an old mine. After having a conversation with his friends, the cameraman announces that he's about to make a move inside the cave that was just a couple of steps away from them. He seems to be amazed by the old stone fractures around him.
¿Qué pasa, Nola? ¿Dónde vas? ¿Qué? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Pasa algo? Ah, ya no me asustes. Hostia, pero esto está profundo, ¿eh? ¿Te piensas
He
tú?
keeps making jokes with his friends, who are waiting for him behind. It takes him a couple of steps until his dog notices something.
Oh, hey, Sandy.
Laughing is the best medicine when nervous, right?
Hope your day's going good.
Little did he know that there was something else with him.
Bueno, Pau. No hay nada. No hay.
What did the man capture there? It very clearly looks like as if two children are sitting in this cave. But take a look at this still frame. Was it maybe something more sinister waiting for him in the dark?
That's why you don't go in caves. Okay, ad is about to start in the next 3 minutes.
I want to check out a clip from The Dark Dimension. It was sent in by Matt. It tells me that there's some really spooky, unseen poltergeist activity going on. Let's see. Subtitles are on.
Ocurre en una antigua casona de Chihuahua, México. La siguiente grabación fue subido a la plataforma de TikTok por el perfil de Estudio 10. Un video bastante aterrador donde nos muestra la vivencia de un guardia de seguridad al estar velando una antigua casona, un lugar donde se cuenta que existen fantasmas y que la habita una entidad femenina.
Well, that is weird. Something's wrong with the wiring in here, and we hear that weird... I mean, that is a little bit unsettling, right? I mean, I would freak out too as a night guard. What's causing all of that? Huh. Well... Is this a paranormal incident? I wonder. Where was that screaming coming from? I mean, maybe somebody else was freaking out that the lights are not working anymore. No. Not 100% sure. I mean, it is really unsettling. Oh! Oh! What's that? This? Oh, that is weird. Was that there before? Maybe it was nothing. This is weird, but what exactly is that, guys? Tell me. Is that a shadow figure? Could that be the cause of all of those weeping noises? This is a tricky one once again. Could also just be faulty wiring or an electrical issue. But what is that thing? I mean, I don't even know what I'm looking at here, guys. The following is an older recording by a couple of friends who were practicing a song together when an uninvited guest made it onto their recording. Now the cameraman seems not to have noticed anything on his camcorder, and the rest of the group just continues to jam along with not a single care in the world. But let's look at that again. To the naked eye, it seems that a figure is standing behind the glass door in the back.
Oh shit, I thought that
Is
was
it the ghost of the former tenant? Could it be anything out of this world? Or maybe it was just a doll that one of their friends was holding up. A security guard was making his usual rounds through the graveyard one night when something caught his attention. Movement among the headstones. While trespassers aren't unheard of, what he discovered when he shined his flashlight toward the motion was far more unsettling. The footage shows the moment when his light beam caught something ducking behind a gravestone, but it wasn't any ordinary trespasser. Whatever was peering back at him from behind that headstone left the experienced guard completely shaken. Could it have been someone playing a prank in the cemetery after hours? Or maybe, given the location, was it something more supernatural lurking among the graves? The guard, who's used to working these lonely night shifts, had never encountered anything like this before, and he still can't explain what kind of presence he caught watching him from the shadows that night. The following video was shared by Aphides, a young man who was out one evening to investigate the story of an abandoned and also apparently haunted asylum located in Broby, Sweden. Many people have found their end in there. It is said that several ghosts still roam this old building, and the young man went out to see if this was actually the case. After this blood-curdling scream, the young man filming seems to be capturing a shadow person that can briefly be seen escaping through the door. Could that be possible? Did they capture something from a different time? Or was this just a trick of the eye? Even if so, where did that creepy scream come from? Who can say? This next clip was uploaded by the user Juan Carlos QuizPad87. This clip is filmed from inside a moving car as the driver is going down a dark and empty road in the mountains when he comes across something extremely creepy. It appears that some form of creature is seen running impossibly fast on the road. The creature does look similar to a human, but its arms are long and lanky. It appears to be at least 7 or 8 feet tall, and the way it is running does not look human to me, as you can hear from the man's reaction. Some of the commentators say that the creature appears to be headless, and others say it looks like a horse with only 2 legs. What do you think? Just a trick of the eye, or has Juan really captured something inhuman on film? My best guess is that indeed it was just a person on a horse at night. Do you agree?
No. Like literally, if I came across that, I would, yes, definitely keep driving, cause yeah, fuck that. Yeah, no.
Night guards were patrolling their regular route in a factory in South America. Co-workers have reported that they were seeing strange shapes and shadow figures manifesting in the hallways once in a while. But urban legends are always a common thing in South America, and no one could provide any proof that there lies any truth behind these tales. One day, one of the security guards checks up on the different areas in the large storage facility when something unexplainable seems to appear right behind him. It looks like the shape of a person. Could it be that the story about the shadow people is true? The men were pretty much startled after this experience and started patrolling in pairs for a while.
I would too, cause fuck that shit.
Now we want to check out an update from Tammy G, who's sharing the haunting that is unfolding in her home. On her profile, The Haunted 136, you can truly find some terrifying videos. If you remember, last time we took a look at something invisible sitting right next to her on her bed.
Oh, that is horrible.
Tonight she starts with a weird footprint that she noticed one evening on one of the upper windows.
Oh yeah, that is fucking crazy.
So that's how high it is. Up. You can see clear as day.
How do we explain this? The following night, something might have snuck into the bedroom again, and it came eerily close to her. Did it make contact with the woman and then shoot off into the air again? If you still don't believe that something else is going on in her home, look what one of the stationary camcorders in the living room has captured. She thinks that this is the apparition of a man, a spirit manifesting. How incredible. The following two videos have been shared by a profile called 4C7E, and I think it's an Hispanic one. And the story goes that this man is experiencing some really strange events in his apartment, and he's living there with his two children, and everybody's super scared. And at some point he just started recording and documenting those events. So apparently they were hearing noises at that time. But I don't know if they could see anything, you know? Because I can't really. Weird. Like, is that his kid? Guess we have to jump a couple of nights forward now to see the follow-up to what unfolded.
Amigos, Alexa me está hablando otra vez. Alexa me está hablando a mí.
Yes, I think he's talking about his Alexa for sure.
¿La ventana? Ahí está el jardín.
Screams.
No mames.
Oh,
No mames.
fuck?
No mames. No mames.
Wow, look, there's a man walking up the stairs towards his room in a dark coat with a big hat on.
Oh, that's crazy.
Did this man tamper with a Ouija board, perhaps? Because this is one of the reasons why those spirits can invite themselves into your home, guys. Never do that if you don't know what you're doing.
That's why you don't touch a Ouija board.
This recording was sent in by Lewis, and he tells me that he found it in the paranormal subreddit. Apparently it was captured by a property owner who was waiting to catch the reason for some of the disturbances his family had to face in the past couple of nights. The motion sensor turned on several times and activated their security cameras outside of their property, and it's only supposed to do that should it recognize either a human or animal. But each time the camera got triggered, nothing ever showed up on the saved recordings. However, the following night was different, and when the man checked the recordings in the morning, he found something really strange looking.
Oh yeah. Figure standing right in the corner. They just walked.
It appears that a woman is walking into the screen from the right side, but how?
Then disappears.
She must have been on the property already, since the entrance gate's to the left. Another oddity about this clip is that the woman just stops in her tracks and then disappears into thin air. Was it an artifact that was possibly caused by the rain? But that wouldn't trigger the motion alert. Maybe the spirit of a lady who was visiting their property. Now we're taking a look at an update from Kent of Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Once again, he has opened his diary full of terrifying encounters that have unfolded in his own home over the past several years. Today we are taking another look into his basement, which is home to the utmost terrifying encounters that are unfolding in his home. He was conducting a spirit box session at the time and was hoping to receive some answers about the strange encounters that have taken place as of late. After hearing some unsettling noises from the black hole right next to him, the following unfolded.
You tapping? Hello? Joel, what the?
The fuck is that?
Hello? I was watching the shadow movement right here, wondering where this was coming from. Then suddenly a face comes at me from within the darkness. I brightened this up as much as possible to show what came out from under the house.
Okay, because I was paying attention to the other thing. Oh wow.
I can assure you, this screenshot is nothing compared to what this looked like in real time. As I jumped back, this thing went back through the hole under the house. This wasn't the only incident within those few seconds. What was said is just as disturbing as this encounter.
Oh damn.
Hello?
Could it be that one of the spirits, or possibly demons, that is inheriting this basement was showing itself to Kent that day? Maybe in the hopes to scare him away? Who can say? The following video was shared by Ashley Rain on her TikTok profile. Usually the young mother uploads videos that revolve about her family life. She shares funny skits and memories that she's recording together with her kids. Today's video shaped out to be a little bit different though. Ashley noticed something really odd on one of the recordings on her home security system. It was in the middle of the night and everybody was asleep. Everybody but the cat.
Of course.
but there's something clearly picking out of the room to the left. People say that it looks like a creepy head that is completely sideways. It then shoots a bit upwards and hovers around up there before disappearing into the room. The family was really scared, to say the least, and to this day they have no clue what was captured that night. How terrifying, wouldn't you say?
Taxes was feeling unwelcome. Now taxes?
One night, Sarah Vargas was filming herself in...
Okay, so let's switch it up with some slapped ham. Let's see.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. We've got a massive list of scary videos for you today, so hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone.
Our first scary video of the day comes from TikTok user Goopy Whoopie, and it didn't take long for it to unsettle viewers. The young woman was home alone late one night when her dog suddenly began acting out of character. It starts barking aggressively down the hallway, fixated on something the owner can't see. Confused and a little shaken, she pulls out her phone and starts recording.
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone. What was that?
If you watch closely, and especially if you brighten the footage, something disturbing becomes visible at the far end.
What was that?
A dark shadowy shape appears, lingering in the hallway.
What was that?
The dog's reaction only adds to the unease.
What was that?
Viewers quickly flooded the comments, with many convinced this is a classic shadow figure caught on camera. Others tried to explain it away as lighting or compression artifacts, but even skeptics admitted the movement looks unnatural. Whatever it was, the timing, the motion, and the dog's fear have left a lot of people asking the same question. If nothing was there, what exactly was the dog seeing?
What was that?
Today I'm going to make a beat. We're going to Output's new plugin co-producer, Play.
I can see if it wasn't that, but that's clear. So.
This next clip has sparked a lot of debate online and left some viewers genuinely unsettled. Shared by Reddit user Cincinnatian, the CCTV footage comes from inside a small convenience store with high ceilings where the owner was working completely alone. Everything looks normal at first, the shop is quiet, no customers, no movement. Then, without warning, this happens. The owner's sunglasses suddenly drop straight down from near the ceiling, landing on the floor in the middle of the store. What makes this especially strange is the layout of the space. The glasses were last seen resting in the office area, well away from where they eventually fell. There's no shelf above them, no vent, no hook, and no one else in the building. The owner reviewed the CCTV multiple times and even sketched out the layout to show commenters exactly where the glasses were and where they ended up. There's no clear path, no angle that makes sense. Some viewers believe this is a classic example of the disappearing object phenomenon, or DOP, where everyday items vanish and reappear in impossible ways. Others take it a step further, suggesting this could be evidence of a glitch in reality itself, a moment where the simulation stuttered and the object simply re-rendered in the wrong place. Of course, the skeptics argue there must be a mundane explanation, perhaps something overlooked. But after watching the footage closely, even they admit one thing. Whatever caused those glasses to fall, it wasn't obvious. And for the man working alone that day, it remains completely unexplained.
Very weird and unexplained.
If you haven't yet, check out our merch store. We've got loads of creepy designs, everything from ghosts and cryptids to aliens. All orders over 50 ship free, so it's the perfect time to grab a tee, hoodie or sticker. Hit the link in the description or the one we've pinned in the comments down below.
Когда идешь мимо магазина мяса и видишь вот такую ногу.
When it comes to scary videos, this next one certainly has the irk factor. This little creepy clip has been doing the rounds on Reddit this week, and it's left a lot of viewers seriously unsettled.
Когда идешь мимо магазина мяса и видишь вот такую ногу и думаешь, this is human, yes, bro? Human.
The video was uploaded by Reddit user Bin D, and it shows the butcher's section of a supermarket in an unknown location.
Когда идешь мимо магазина мяса.
Lying in the display case is a large skinned limb that looks disturbingly human.
Human. Pakistan, Pakistanistan. Понятно.
The resemblance is so unsettling that the person filming actually asks the butcher behind the counter if it's a human leg.
И думаешь, this is human, yes, bro? Human.
The butcher doesn't laugh it off, he doesn't explain. He simply replies with one word, Pakistani.
This is human, yes, bro? Human. Pakistan, Pakistanistan. Понятно.
That response only adds to the confusion. The clip quickly went viral, racking up more than 16,000 upvotes and over 1,000 comments, with Redditors trying to figure out what exactly they're looking at. Some say it's just an unusual cut of pork. Others suggest lamb, prepared in a way most people aren't familiar with. But even those explanations haven't fully eased the discomfort. Many
Ain't no way this shit. Ain't no way that shit. That looks like an adult leg.
viewers admit that even knowing it's almost certainly animal meat, the image is still hard to shake. Whatever the explanation, this clip proves you don't always need ghosts or monsters to feel unsettled. Sometimes reality does the job all on its own.
Мясо, видишь вот такую ногу, и думаешь, this is human, yes, bro? Human. Pakistan, Pakistanistan, понятно.
A strange clip is going viral this week coming out of Puerto Rico. Originally uploaded by an account called Note Pacepa, the footage was filmed late at night while the homeowner was inside their house. Everything seemed calm at first until their dog suddenly began barking furiously toward the jungle just beyond the property. Without warning, a large tree deep in the forest begins to violently shake. The entire tree thrashes back and forth with alarming force. Viewers were quick to point out just how unsettling this is. The tree is large and well rooted, far too big to be shaken so aggressively by any known animal native to the area. There's no visible storm, no strong wind, no explanation.
I'm scared for the dog that's trying to investigate.
As the shaking continues, the dog grows even more distressed, reinforcing the feeling that something unseen is lurking just beyond the tree line. Some commenters believe it could be a large animal hidden by darkness. Others aren't so sure. Many have suggested something far stranger, a cryptid or unknown creature moving through the forest, strong enough to shake the tree with ease. Whatever caused it, the homeowner never captured what was behind the movement. This next one comes from Reddit, and it's left a lot of people deeply unsettled. The image was posted to the subreddit Unexplained by a user named msalmonw, who says they were simply taking photos of their children playing in a park one afternoon. At first glance, the photo looks completely normal. But when the parent reviewed the photos later, they noticed something they hadn't seen at the time. In the background, there appears to be a strange, human-shaped figure standing alone on the hill. What makes the image even stranger is that this figure only appears in one photo. The user says they took multiple pictures before and after this moment, and nothing similar shows up in any of the others.
Crazy.
In the comments, skeptics suggested it could be a bird caught mid-flight, or perhaps a bug passing close to the lens. But others weren't convinced. Some users compared it to Sadako from The Ring. Even the original poster admitted they were torn. They said the logical explanations almost convinced them. But they couldn't shake the feeling that it looked too much like a person. So what do you think this is? A trick of light? A bird caught at the perfect moment? Or something that just happened to be standing there, watching, when the photo was taken? Here's a series of strange and scary videos that have left the internet seriously uneasy. TikTok user Forever Desert Girl says some bizarre activity began shortly after a period of deep personal loss. Within just 5 months, she lost 2 people close to her, and not long after, her home began behaving strangely. In the first piece of home security footage, the camera is pointed toward the kitchen. Everything appears normal. Then, without warning, this happens. No one is near the door, no pets nearby, no drafts. Things escalate from odd to deeply disturbing. In the next clips, the activity shifts to the bedroom. The homeowners begin noticing something that looks like movement under the bed covers. In another piece of footage captured by a security camera, the movement is even clearer. The poster's husband cautiously approaches the bed and reaches toward the moving covers. Whatever is causing the disturbance does not react, and then simply stops. What makes this even more unsettling is that this doesn't appear to be an isolated incident. Across TikTok, multiple users have posted eerily similar footage. User Alexander Helbert shared a clip showing identical movement beneath her blankets.
No hay nada debajo, pero algo anda por ahí. Mire. Mire eso. Pero mire eso. ¿Qué es eso?
Another video, posted by lqqe.tv, shows the same phenomenon.
That's just creepy.
The OP lifts the covers, expecting to find an animal, but the bed is completely empty. Finally, user Banda 4142 captured nearly the same thing. He returns to his bedroom to find the covers moving on their own, as though disturbed by something just beneath the surface. Again, this user lifts the blanket up, but there's nothing there. So what's going on here? Is this a shared psychological response to stress or grief? A natural explanation we haven't yet identified? Or something far stranger, quietly interacting with our environment in a way we can't see?
All I can say is I've experienced supernatural things. And
in a recent interview on the Flynn Effect podcast, Billy Corgan made a series of remarks that sent conspiracy circles into overdrive.
But it's similar to when I talked about experiencing a shapeshifter on Howard Stern. It became this thing where I was hunted in airports.
Corgan claimed that on multiple occasions throughout his career, he was quietly approached by individuals connected to the US government and invited into conversations that felt wildly out of place.
All I can say is I've experienced supernatural things, and I've experienced things where I've had elements of the U.S. government reach out to me because they somehow want to hook my influence, which is not that great, into whatever they're after.
He described finding himself in rooms with powerful people and wondering why he was even there, comparing the atmosphere to something straight out of Eyes Wide Shut.
But I've had experiences where I would find myself in a room with people and think, why are they talking to me? It was something out of like Eyes Wide Shut.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And what did they say? Like
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
While Corgan stopped short of revealing specifics, he suggested these encounters weren't about music, they were about influence. He claimed that certain government-linked groups showed interest in leveraging his public profile, not because of his reach alone, but because musicians can move freely, travel internationally, and operate in spaces where political figures would stand out.
So you would be a perfect guy, because it'd be like Billy Corgan, the rock star? That we're gonna have him do stuff. But that, first of all, that makes you a great choice. The CIA did do this in the 50s. There was a big music critic named Henry Pleasance in the 50s. They had Henry Pleasance work as an undercover agent because, being a traveling musician, he always had a good excuse.
This idea ties into long-standing conspiracy theories that intelligence agencies have historically used artists, journalists, and cultural figures as soft assets. People who don't look like spies but have access, mobility, and credibility. Corgan even referenced how discussing similar experiences in the past, including a bizarre claim of encountering a shapeshifter, led to him feeling watched and followed in airports.
But it's similar to when I talked about experiencing a shapeshifter on Howard Stern. It became this thing where I was hunted in airports.
But perhaps the most unsettling part of the interview came when Corgan spoke about what he believes is a hidden power structure within the music industry itself. According to him, there are artists who receive extraordinary protection, promotion, and longevity, not because of talent alone, but because they agreed to certain terms. Others, he claims, are abruptly discarded when they refuse to comply.
It seems very, very obvious to me that there are elements in popular music where people have been compromised knowingly because they were offered kind of a Faustian bargain. Pick door number one and we're going to push you to the moon. Because in music, and this is certainly my area of expertise, there are people who are protected and they get every benefit of that protection. And there are other people where they decide to press a button and throw them off the ship.
This feeds directly into elite conspiracy theories that suggest major industries, music, film, politics, even finance, are quietly steered by a small, unelected group operating behind the scenes. In these theories, governments are not fully sovereign, elections are surface-level theatre, and true power is exercised through leverage, compromise, and influence, not votes. The concept is often described as a modern Faustian bargain. Accept protection and success, but surrender autonomy. Refuse and you're erased. To skeptics, Corgan's comments are the reflections of a seasoned industry insider reading too much into a brutal business. To others, they're rare glimpses behind the curtain, moments when someone close enough to power hints at a system most people are never meant to see. And as always, the question remains, is this paranoia or the quiet truth slipping through the cracks?
All I can say is I've experienced supernatural things, and I've experienced things where I've had elements of the U.S. government reach out to me because they somehow want to hook my influence, which is not that great, into whatever they're after.
A scary viral video claiming a demon face appeared in the skies over Turkey has been circulating online, and it's left plenty of viewers unsettled. The clip shows dark storm clouds forming what looks uncannily like a snarling face, complete with hollow eyes and a gaping mouth. Social media posts quickly amplified the footage with dramatic captions, warning of panic in Turkey and claiming the image was captured during a recent violent storm. But there's an important detail many posts left out. The video isn't new. It was originally shared back in September of 2021 by a Turkish weather-focused account called Hava Forum, shortly after a severe storm passed through the region. Meteorologists say this kind of visual effect can occur when storm clouds, lighting, and shadows align in just the right way. Our brains are especially good at finding faces in chaos, a phenomenon known as pareidolia. So was it a demon in the clouds, or just nature briefly wearing a very convincing mask? A haunting photograph shared on Reddit has left thousands of viewers deeply unsettled. The image was posted by user Wordless Chorus 123, who says it was taken by their aunt on her rural property near Mount Vernon, Georgia. At the time, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, and the photo was snapped casually at sunset, documenting a newly built front porch. Years later, while scrolling through old photos, the aunt's daughter noticed something strange. Standing on the porch was what appeared to be a human figure. At first glance, it looks like a man dressed in dark clothing, possibly wearing a hat, positioned just inside the shadows of the porch.
It's creepy.
And once you see it, it's very hard to unsee. What makes the image even more disturbing is that the aunt insists she was completely alone when the photo was taken. There was no one else on the property, no guests, no workers, and nothing stored on the porch that could explain the shape. Skeptics suggested it could be pareidolia, a trick of light and shadow, or even a coat hanging in the background. But the original poster clarified that the porch was brand new at the time. There was nothing placed there at all. They even posted a comparison photo to show the space on a different day. As the discussion continued, the family began looking into the history of the land. The property sits in an area rich with history. It was once part of Creek Nation territory before early American settlers arrived in the late 1700s. During the Civil War, soldiers regularly passed through the region, and it's believed there are unmarked burial grounds scattered throughout the surrounding countryside. The house itself lies between two old cemeteries. While no dramatic paranormal events have occurred, the aunt has experienced unexplained cold spots inside the home. Other family members have reported sudden feelings of unease while sitting outside, even during the day. Nothing overt, just moments where something feels off. Whether the figure is a ghostly remnant of the land's long history, a trick of perspective, or simply an unsettling coincidence, no definitive explanation has been found. But for many who've seen the image, one thing is certain: that porch was not empty. If you want to see more scary videos like these, then hit that subscribe button and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll see all our posts in your feed. If 3-Eye Atlas is just a comet, then why did the CIA refuse to confirm or deny whether it even has records about it? That question has been raising eyebrows after a Freedom of Information Act request filed by researcher John Greenwald received a rare response from the CIA. Instead of a simple yes or no, the agency issued what's known as a GLOMAR response, stating it could neither confirm nor deny the existence or non-existence of records related to 3-Eye Atlas. That alone wouldn't be unusual, except for one detail. NASA officials had already publicly stated that 3-Eye Atlas was a natural comet. Case closed. So why would an intelligence agency treat information about a harmless space rock as classified?
Because it wasn't.
According to astrophysicist Avi Loeb, the answer may have less to do with aliens and more to do with risk. Loeb points out that 3-Eye Atlas exhibits several features that don't neatly match known comet behavior. These include a prominent anti-tail jet pointed toward the sun, an unusual alignment between its rotation axis and the solar direction, and a chemical signature showing elevated nickel relative to iron, something more commonly associated with industrial alloys than natural space debris. None of this proves the object is artificial, but it does make it anomalous. And when anomalies involve objects entering our solar system from interstellar space, they tend to get attention. Loeb suggests the CIA's response doesn't imply a hidden extraterrestrial discovery. Instead, it may reflect a cautious internal review, a black swan assessment. In other words, even if the odds of danger are extremely small, the potential impact would be enormous, which means intelligence agencies are obligated to take it seriously. Publicly, NASA delivers the most likely scientific explanation to avoid unnecessary panic. Privately, agencies like the CIA quietly ask a different question: what if we're wrong? By neither confirming nor denying the existence of records, the CIA avoids alarming the public while still allowing internal monitoring to continue. It's the same logic used in national security decisions for decades: investigate quietly, speak cautiously, and don't shout wolf unless you're sure. So does this mean 3-Eye Atlas is alien technology? There's no evidence of that. But the response does suggest something far more unsettling to some observers. That not everything in our skies is as easily categorized as we'd like to believe. And sometimes, the most revealing answer is the one that isn't given at all.
Like we're gonna know everything that's going on in the universe.
Well, that's it. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching.
Alright, that is going to be the end of this spooky, scary video stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed these clips. And yeah, we my streaming schedule is a bit chaotic, I know, but I may stream tomorrow, not sure. Okay, but guys, I'm definitely will stream most likely Thursday night. Okay, and probably Friday as well. But guys, you have a great night, morning, whatever time zone you're in. You guys stay awesome, stay safe, stay warm, stay spooky, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Switch to TurboTax and file your own taxes free